Yep. Yeah, what's going on out there in the blurry verses? Go ahead, cause you heard it first. My name's Vince, and I'm here to talk to you about all the stuff we talk about. So let's all right, that's enough of me. What's going on, everybody? As you already know, it is time to discuss this blurred stuff because it's what we do during Blurred Church, baby. Hallelujah. Yes, man, there's a lot going on out there, and we want to talk about some of it and talk about why we talking about some of it and why we ain't talking about some of it in the meantime as well. I'm your boy, the real Vince Taylor. Shout out to me. Shout out to you for being here. If you are here watching on the live cast, please hit that like, hit that comment, go ahead and share. If you're watching on the replay, go ahead and hit that share, hit that like, comment, join the conversation. We're going to talk about some of the stuff that's going on. Just a couple of real quick headlines, even if we do or do not talk about all these projects. As you already saw, One Piece is now, I want to say in theaters so bad, but it's on your screen. It's like a streaming thing, so peep that. That's popping right now. Also, Invasion is back, and this show is trash. I'm sorry. I ain't even gonna wait. This show is trash. Let me not say that. I have my feelings about it, and maybe we'll talk about it, maybe we won't. But one of the biggest things that's out right now that folks are talking about is this thing called Ahsoka. Yeah, I know. Right now, there's a strike, and we want to talk about why we aren't talking about it as much, and why maybe we'll mention it from time to time, and how we'll do that in a manner that does not offend our audience as well as our panel, which could be a bit of a juggle. So we want to make sure we get that right. Also, did y'all see our interview last week with Mr. Mustafa Shakur? That was pretty cool, right? If you haven't already, go ahead and cop that album. This is somebody we want to support. Yes, you know him as not only Mustafa, but also Bushmaster from Luke Cage, and as Jet from Cowboy Bebop. Now, some of y'all may have also noticed that Kiki them back together. We thought they was broke up, but now I guess they was just going through a little public spat, so that was interesting. We may or may not talk about that. Twisted Metal is still out. If you haven't watched that already, I'd recommend that you at least have an opinion about it. Let's see what that's all about. And Baldur's Gate is still a thing. Now, I'm not into this, but I'm hoping that today maybe Nolly can provide us some context as to why this is all over my timeline. You know what I'm saying? Because I really don't understand it. Wheel of Time just came out with a whole second season last night, so that is doing its thing. Foundation, of course, is in its third season right now, and we're going to talk about whether or not we digging it or not. Who knows? Some of y'all are up with the DC projects. My Adventures with Superman is still out popping, doing its thing, as well as Harley Quinn. And Ragnarok also released, which is one of Yaz's favorite shows. She's not here to defend herself, and she hates the show, by the way. But yeah, just in terms of context, that's what's going on. But once again, I said I am your boy, the real Vince Taylor, Blur Man himself, reporting live, and I'm joined by none other than COVID Nolly. We also got Kristen Camp 407 in the building. We've got Bad Top Bricks in the building, man. And yes, the band is here together. Shout out to everybody that does typically show up but can't be here today. We appreciate you and we love y'all in spirit. Tiffy, Steph, Yaz, Omar, Tyrone, everybody. Thank y'all for being a part of the group. But for right now, let's go ahead and kick it off and tell them who he is.
I love the new Blurred Order. You should too.
Let me get all this 10P Wayne. All the niggas rapping about the same old thing. I've been coming through with the same old game. Ain't shit changed except nine got a name. Got it out the mud but we got no stains. Cold ass desert with a gold ass chain. The girl call me daddy, not my government name. Money on my mind, got them bands on my brain. Let me tell y'all about a nigga I know. The nigga stay clean so he always got hoes. Light skinny bitches like...
Hey, what's up? And I didn't have the loop on. Things are going well already.
Get it together, Vince. Get it together.
Hey, Vince, one time
I'll be fucking up, bro. I'll be fucking up. My bad. But anyway,
Vince, one time, can we go ahead and shout out Mouse Graham and for letting us have one of the dopest soundtrack intros.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just kind of point people in the direction of his music, because he is out here promoting his music, and we want to make sure we shout him out.
Absolutely. Big up to my man Mouse, my little homie Mouse representing, who was able to put together a dope ass CD. Now, Mouse, for those of y'all don't know, or a rapper out of the Central Florida area, good friend of a good friend of mine. Actually, I consider him like a little brother myself. Is the one that you hear on that intro song, Mouce. Cheese at the Trap. That's why he called himself Mouse. So y'all make sure y'all check old boy out, man. Mouse is online. Go get his latest CD. He's always popping. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he just recently got an award. I'm looking for it right now. He just got some sort of award. I want to see if I get this right. Yeah, I can't find it, but I think he did. At some point in time, he got some sort of award recently for his rapping. So yeah, man, Mouse, Mouce. Check that man out. Yeah. Now hold on. Now I will say, Mouse, that's my dog, but he is,
he is what?
Mouse is in. Well, only because many put in the comments that he's Altamont. But I think he reps Castleberry and Altamont. You know what I'm saying? I know they've been pretty well rooted in the Castle. I don't want to put the address out there, but I know that's a border town. So I want to make sure that they all get represented. But let Mouse tell it. He represent the whole Orlando. And I'm cool for it, long as his music gets put out there. That's my dog. And I know that his big brother's dream was to make it in the game. So I'm glad that he's represented. I don't want to take too much time because we're getting real inside baseball on that. But definitely. Since the minute said Captain, that's not true, man. It's Queens Mirror Circle, all right, Quintuplet Lake, Secret Lake Park. Come on, bro. There's more than Arbor. Man, there's like 4 different. Man, it's South Seminole. All right, whatever. We ain't gonna do all that.
Vince Taylor's Mr. 407 today, man. This guy.
Yeah, man. You more of an Osceola.
What, you got a video platform? What you doing? What you doing? A dating series out here?
Watch out.
It's a lot. Why y'all rapping so hard for Castleberry?
I'm not. I just, look, there's context, but Mouse is a big deal, man. And I remember, when we first, I used to, dabble in the studio production type thing. And I remember we met up and had a couple of sessions, and that dude is talented, man. So I just want to big him up and just say, go check him out if you are a fan of hip hop. Period. Dude got bars, and he got years too. So he's got.
And he's an actor too. So if you like good shows,
he was in a movie with
For Honor. He was in For Honor, the series with Cranston, Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston.
Loved For Honor.
Yes. Yeah, man. Yeah, he does his.
Or Your Honor. Your Honor. Right? Is it Your Honor? It's Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Season 2, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's in it. Yeah,
I think it was J-Lo. It was J-Lo and
it was J-Lo. It was J-Lo and Viola Davis.
Yeah, man, my man. Look,
Mouse is doing big things. Mouse is out here doing big things.
You know what I'm saying? So we definitely want to make sure he gets his credit.
So
and
big up to
Mouse. As a dude who came up in Seminole County, I gotta give you some bullshit about the little cities, but it's not a big deal. But I'm just playing. I don't want Mouse to pull up. I don't want no problems. I don't keep no cash in the register. So
hey, you don't got no problems out here. Osceola County got your back right here, dog. Kissimmee St. Cloud, what's up?
It's Poinciana. Yeah, all right. Well, I'm glad that I took three years of Spanish so that I can fuck with y'all. You know what I mean? But anyway, we got a lot of stuff going on right now, guys. Real quick, if you don't mind, just want to pinpoint some of the stuff that I already said. Like I said, obviously one of the biggest things out there right now is the Ahsoka show. One of the other biggest things that's out there is One Piece. But if you've been following us for a little while, you may have noticed that as the strike kind of took root, we have been taking a cautious approach to speaking about all of these things, because what we don't want, what I specifically, and I'm just going to speak candidly right now, I specifically, as one of the founding members and of this whole project, have tried to be very, very, very cautious and careful about approaching this, because what I don't want to give is the appearance of not being in support of the writers and the actors. You know what I'm saying? So there's that solidarity that we have as fans that recognizes that if it wasn't for the writers, if it wasn't for the actors, if it wasn't for the people in the background that are being stiffed by the imperial industry, so to speak, by the Bob Igers of the world, that we would not have the projects that we have. And so it makes nothing but sense for us to say, look, if the writers are striking, then we're going to strike. All right. And we're not going to actually talk about the projects that they're not allowed to talk about, because that's us doing the bidding for them. So we've been very cautious. I myself, honestly, and I'm gonna keep it real. Some of it's been very difficult because some of the shit that's been coming out, I've wanted to talk about, like like very, very much so. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been very difficult sometimes. And I don't get frustrated with the strike. I get frustrated with the whole notion that there has to be a strike. The fact that there is such a wealth gap, such a gap in income as it pertains to those who benefit from the projects that are being put out and those who are actually making it happen.
Vince,
So it's
Vince,
been kind of difficult.
my brother. I appreciate your diplomacy right now. You sounded very diplomatic. I feel like I'm in episode 3 of Revenge of the Sith, and everybody is out here just waiting and deliberate on democracy. Look, a wise man once told me ignorance is bliss. I don't know what the fuck is going on. So as a civilian, I'm gonna watch shows.
Well, yeah.
The thing is, I want the writers to get paid what they deserve. I want the actors to get paid what they deserve. But I gotta catch these shows. So unless y'all are offering some type of something else that I could watch in the meantime, unless y'all invented a new fun solitaire game, because solitaire hasn't been fun since 2004. Y'all gotta give me something. So what's up? You can say all the niceties all you want, but I'm watching.
Well, listen, to be clear, I never had any intention of not, unless they said we're not watching shows.
Right.
There was never a boycott. You know what I'm saying? There's never been like, we're not, which I honestly, I thought was interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, this is weird. We're not talking about the shows, but we're still spending our money on Barbie. You know what I'm saying? We're still going to see these things. So there's this like this ball of confusion. And even in the realm of, and I feel everything you say, Kev, but even in the realm of content creators, like you see content creators making content about how confused they are about how things are within the content creation community based on what it is that you can. Like there's circulating. There was a post circulating that said that SAG-AFTRA basically said you cannot cosplay, and that kind of drove me wild. I was like, holy shit! Like, so people can't cosplay. Well, it turns out what they were saying was cosplay for pay, which is something that I saw in San Diego that I didn't know was a thing. Like they pay people to cosplay and go around and advertise for like Haunted Mansion and shit like that. So when I saw that, I was like, you're telling me that my daughter can't go to New York Comic Con and dress up as Ahsoka because y'all are on strike? But then what I read into it was, well, no, that's not necessarily the case. They're saying that you don't want to do a paid acting promotion as cosplay. So I think that there's big
power
thing,
and knowledge. Yeah.
The biggest violation is to step in the realm of somebody who is a union worker who is striking and to take their work as a non-striker. From what I understand, that's the biggest violation. Now, that doesn't mean that they want us out there talking about these projects, but the biggest thing that's going to get you, say, canceled, or that's going to keep it so that you can't join SAG-AFTRA or join WGA in the future, is if you decide, I'm not in SAG, Fox Studios is hiring for somebody, but they're not hiring the strikers, so I will step in their place. That's scabbing. I personally or I'm going to go and advertise for this movie for Marvel, even though they should be paying their workers. Instead of paying the strikers, they're going to pay me for it. Those are scabbing. I didn't want to get anywhere close to it because I'm like, man, I just don't want. I'm just one of these people who like, I just don't like to offend. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather.
You saw how they killed that boy Stephen Amell, right?
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
That nigga should have had a quiver with him or something. They did my boy Oliver Queen dirty, dog.
Yo, and I saw the post that said like, and at the end of that call, it was like, and you better wear a shirt. And you better wear a shirt. He was in the strike line, and it said like, and he didn't look happy to be there at all.
He had the shirt on and everything. I saw people on Twitter like, how is a nigga who was fighting the first 5 seasons against these big bureaucracies out here supporting that shit? He's like, you failed this city. That shit was crazy.
Basically, that's what it was. So now the thing is, as a group, you know, we're made up of a lot of different mindsets, right? And our approach towards this is not necessarily unilateral. So I've been trying my best to be as as open and as conscious to all those that are impacted by these strikes. What I don't want to do is be completely monolithic and say, look, I don't give a fuck how you feel. I don't give a fuck that's going to affect you all. This is how we going to do it, so on and so forth. Fuck you. It is difficult, but I think that's what the purpose of a strike is, right?
Yeah.
It's to like make things uncomfortable so that things. The only thing that I didn't foresee was that it would cause as much discomfort to myself. You know, if the coal workers strike in West Virginia, you know what I'm saying? I don't find myself, you know, I don't find myself, you know, having trouble sleeping at night because I can't use coal. But when the WA strikers are striking, I'm like, damn, like we started this just as an outlet, you know. And I'm gonna be clear, we haven't really been getting like paid off of these streams. Like there are some other ways to get paid, but we're not like The View and The Talk where every episode is such and such amount. So this has really been very hobby-esque up until, you know, and we're trying to make it monetary. Looks like somebody popped in. Oh, yo, look at this. Look at this. So I say all this to say, we do understand how delicate it is with regard to approaching some of these content and even just discussing what's going on. So for that, we may not be full-throatedly every week just going into every single project that's so popular.
Full-throatedly. Let's back up.
Full-throated.
I'm fucking with you, bro.
I know. But at the same time, I would be remiss if I did not at least bare minimum give in to my desire to speak amongst my friends about the projects that we've watched, and just do it in a manner that invites a few other friends in as well. Mm-hmm. So I say that to just say, like, I know that we haven't been taking these full dives into these projects for good reason, because we stand with our brothers and sisters on the strike. But we also stand with our brothers and sisters who just want to have a conversation. So I
heard that the strike is being pushed into the video game world, and I heard that certain video games might get pushed back as a result of the strike.
Wow. Yeah. Well, listen.
They had the Spider-Man. They had Spider-Man 2 as the thumbnail, and I immediately clicked on it. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? What's going on here?
Well, listen. I know it's a lot. It's scary confusion, and I just want things to work out so that we won't have to exist in this confusion. And I want it to work out for the benefit of those who are striking. I stand with them. This is a very delicate situation. We do have somebody just joined us for a second. If I could bring her in real quick, allow me, guys, reporting live from the West Coast. We do have one Tiffy Starchild who is who's at the spa right now. You know what I'm saying? Having a good old time. What's going on, Tiffy?
Hey, don't tell Tiffy I was saying bad things about the strike. Oh, she here.
Oh,
she here,
that's the exact reason why I decided to pop in.
Hey, yo, Tiffy, okay. I didn't know you was gonna show up.
Eyeliner, everything.
I didn't know. I had no idea he was gonna be
put
here.
Tiffy on the top. Tiffy on top. All right, here we go.
I didn't know you
and everything, Kev. Kev, why would you say that?
Yo, first of all, I love the get up. All right.
Thank you.
Are you in the steam room right now? What's going on? I love it. Like,
I'm in my hotel room.
Oh wow!
I wanted to put on the robe and the bonnet. I was like, let me pop on to the podcast and see what the friends are talking about and see what's going on. And I received a note that maybe I could be nicer to Kev with my face. And I was like, yeah, sure, I can do that. I don't want Kev to think that I don't like him. He seems like a nice, funny, great individual. But then on this beautiful Saturday morning where I should be rested in my spirit to get ready to see Beyonce.
Oh, what? Come on.
Not on this Renaissance Day.
Beyonce is striking too. Are you sure you should be watching
Renaissance?
Beyonce is
now, Kev, I'm trying...
Disclaimer. I said I was ignorant. I said I didn't know. I don't know nothing.
You said ignorance is bliss.
God.
Right.
Which means you're choosing to be ignorant. That's willful ignorance. That's different.
It sounds like something an ignorant nigga would do.
So long as you admit that
Yeah.
you're an ignorant nigga. I don't know who
100%.
wants to stand 10
I will-
toes down on that.
I will
100%.
concur.
Hey, yo,
I
and
will
whoever
concur.
gave you that note, thank you. Thank you for whoever's looking out for me. I think you should be nicer in the face when I'm saying stuff.
Oh, well,
So-
for saying that, I am honor bound to be much meaner now. Congratulations.
All right,
Understood.
well, look.
Understood.
Let me. First of all, everybody say what they want to say. I don't want to stop nobody from saying what they had to say. All right, cool. Having said that, I appreciate you stepping on, Tiffy, in all your glory from the steam room. I'm loving it. I know this is a hotel room, but Beyonce, hallelujah. A little insight on that. Pull up, please, before we get into anything else.
Oh, I mean, I haven't seen the concert yet. I'm going to the one tonight, but I am very excited. I was at the stadium yesterday because I did a job there outside the stadium giving money away to people. And the funny thing is, I was laying in a hotel bed and I was like, did I just scab? Did I accidentally just scab?
Giving money is scabbing now?
Yeah, like what?
Helping the homeless?
Well, like,
They
no,
gonna say
just-
anything is scabbing now. Get on your bicycle later on
wasn't
today's
money to the homeless. It wasn't money to the homeless. It was like a game, like Interview on the Street style, but it
Oh,
was like
okay.
answer these questions. They were finance related and they were also Beyonce related. And like for each question they got right, they got $100. So like it was just like a cool, fun thing. But it's so, speaking of like how confusing the strike is,
Yeah.
I booked this job. I've gone ahead and done it. They paid for the hotel, all that good stuff. But
Hallelujah.
at the end, yeah, right. But it's still unclear. Like for me to have to sit there and be like, did I accidentally just scab? It didn't even occur to me. It was a non-union job. I don't think they would have hired a celebrity for that. But does that fall under the thing? And the same thing with the cosplay. I've read on the SAG-AFTRA site that it doesn't specify cosplaying as a paid gig for a thing. It says cosplay instruct characters. Period. And
Right.
so like I'm in support of the strike because I'm not an ignorant nigga, but but
I'm in support too.
I know it's all jokes, but it's confusing. It is so deeply confusing, and even when you have like someone on the inside that you reference, Vince, that you can go to directly and ask questions versus what's said on the website, I don't think that anybody's wrong. There's just so much information, and we're in times that are kind of unprecedented. We didn't have content creators and people that were from the fan side of it so supportive of these projects. So I feel who the fuck knows? And then also, just to be real for a second, from a content creator perspective, it's difficult because you want us to support and we want to support, but we don't get the benefits of the union. We don't get the protection. I mean, we're turning down jobs and we don't have the benefit of the emergency fund so that we can pay our bills, but we want to support the cause. It's all over the place. But yeah, and it is confusing. Don't support the studios, but watch the projects because we want them to know that the projects earn money and that they're popular and that they're worth paying us for. But I'm like, but isn't that, how is that? None of this makes sense.
It's a lot.
Thank you,
It's a lot.
Tiffy. I hate that you had to experience that, but that is kind of where we are now. Like I think in the beginning, like the strike to me kind of hit like a Black Lives Matter thing. It's like, all right, if you ain't got to tell me what it is, I'm down. Let's fuck with it. But then I just started getting into like, well, wait a minute. Now you can't talk about being black. It's like, well, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I am black, and I love being black. You know what I'm saying? Well, no. During this certain period of time, no talking in public about being black. I was like, well, hold on, wait a minute.
And
It's
don't
like-
get paid for being black neither. If you black and you getting paid, knock that
Don't be
shit off.
black in somebody's place. You know what I'm saying? And that scab blacking. And I'm like, all right, well, I want to support, but I also, as you know, Tiffy, if I could be candid, we spoke the other day, and one of the things is like, it is the confusion from SAG-AFTRA, the mixed messaging, you know what I'm saying? And it's not that we don't understand. We really want to support, but we also, me personally, this feels a little different to me than like, you know, a teacher's strike, you know, or like a labor strike. When they're speaking to people that aren't even in the industry and telling them not to do things at the potential to be punished in the future. So with that being said, and not spending too much time and boring too much of the audience, because I know y'all didn't pull up just to hear about the strike. I just thought that it was fair to be cognizant of the strike, to do our best to report to rep and support the strike, but at the same time, since we're not benefiting from the union, that we could still have our hobby as of right now, which is just to talk about some projects, not promote, because I might shit on some of these projects. You know what I'm saying? But I just there's this part in me, Tiffy, that says like I'm supporting, but you're hurting me, and I think that the objective was to hurt the big wig on the other end of the strike. You know what I'm saying? And so with that, I just wanted to at least explain to our faithful listeners. Shout out to Tiffy, shout out to Minnie, shout out to even Charles and Angel, and shout out to Laugh Larry and everybody and all those who show up. You know, big up to everybody. You know who you are. I just wanted to at least provide some context as to what has been steering the content that we've been putting out thus far, which is why I haven't been posting as much and everything. Because I'm like, I've got stuff that's like reels. I'm like, I don't even know if I can post. You know what I'm saying? Like it's. I mean, you get that too, Tiffy. I mean, you're posting things and you're like having to dig into the treasure box about.
I'm deep in the. If they say that the comic book industry is striking, I'm just oh shit. Like I ain't go. What am I supposed to do? I'm over here and recapping X-Men comics and pulling out the villain I just did, Rita Repulsa, but I was like, oh, Power Rangers was owned by Disney at a time, and I don't know.
Yes!
If they take Power Rangers from me, I'm sorry. That's my last straw. I'm gonna go.
13th reason.
I thought that I was supporting by only watching old shows. I was like, I'm not watching nothing new. I'm not watching. Right. I can't be supporting. I'm only watching shows from '93.
But that's another part of the weirdness of it, Kev, is that this is where I kind of got really frustrated. I was like, okay, so we're not going to talk about, and I know Tiffy would have destroyed the entire internet if there was no strike during Barbie. Like if Tiffy would have been on every goddamn phone, every goddamn screen, all over the place. It's just a fact. All right. And she withheld because of her, good nature and her solidarity. But we still saw the movie. Like we still spent our money on it. We still went and bought. So it's weird. It's like it's so I'm not saying this to say fuck anybody. I'm just voicing the frustrations that goes on behind these things that I may not have necessarily, voiced these things publicly before, to show, some of the thought patterns that go into deciding what subjects we talk about. And like I said before as well, the last thing I want to do is open up my big mouth and then close the door for somebody that's in our panel. You know what I'm saying? So I've been very conscious of that. Tiffy, if I'm being honest, one of the main ones, because she's an actor. She's she's on the West Coast. She's right there in the thick of it. It's so easy for somebody to call and say, yo, we want you to show up and we want you to be, in this next project. And I'd be mad as fuck if they found out like, oh, wait, well, we were going to hire you, but we went to this YouTube
We
channel.
saw the bad podcast that you were on. And not only did you call a black man an ignorant nigga 10 times in 2 seconds.
So having said that, I did want to at least today, as a catharsis for myself and for my friend Ty and for Nolly and even for Kevin, even if Tiffy's down, I know she's not big into Star Wars, but I wanted to at least have a conversation, not promote, not market, you know what I'm saying? Not give positive
Look at this tap dancing nigga. This nigga out here is trying so hard.
But I'm doing it for the people, though.
You want me to spin this for villain PR for you, man? You want me to do it? In case
This guy, all he want to do is talk about Ahsoka, but he out here trying to make sure he don't step on nobody's feet.
Man. I mean, yeah.
Talk about it,
smart.
brother.
That's responsible, and it's appreciated, Vince, because it's a hard line to walk. So
yeah,
it's much appreciated. Also, real quick, Ty,
please.
I think this is the first time that I've seen you out of braids or the hat.
Yeah, man.
Why your hair is so luxurious and luscious? Can you shake that out for us?
Go ahead, man. Just give us man. Come on, man. Give us a slow glow.
Butamus.
Oh my gosh! I need to stop.
Butamus time.
I need to stop.
Let us see the range, bro.
Pattern. Oh my god!
Ty, give us the Little Mermaid right quick, bro.
Do a flip.
Man, what is you talking about, man? Stop it, man. Listen, we're not about to do this. Nah.
Is no one gonna talk about how nice Ty's house is, dog? What, is that a grand piano behind you?
Bruh.
Hold on,
My house
hold
is
on.
nice.
Let me
My house
move.
is nice, but this is not it.
Yo,
Yo,
you
hold
got
on,
a grand piano
hold
in
on.
the background.
Scoot over, Ty. Yo, I'm gonna meet you in your house. How about me and Ty?
Listen. Tiffy doesn't
Not
realize.
this with the stick.
Listen, hold up. Tiffy doesn't realize how.
Ty,
Yo, what are you doing in my house?
Yo,
Like,
this
yo,
move your hair. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, bro?
All right, let me move over a little bit, man.
All right, yeah.
Damn, I can't believe y'all got the same grand piano.
And everything.
And who helped y'all move that in? I know y'all don't got more than 5 friends.
I know, right?
You need 6 friends to move the piano.
We are only friends. We are our only friends.
Y'all should start a website called Only Friends. Where y'all just
Only
be cool with each other.
I'm with it. Let's do it. But yeah, man. Ultimately, Ty, no homo, but you're looking beautiful, homie. You know what I'm saying? You look delicious, my nigga.
He's looking like a full meal right now. A full meal with
We're
Texas.
saying
nigga
no
looking
homo
delicious
in
right now.
2023.
I'm just saying,
Homo,
look, I like
half
you.
Homo.
Vince
Homo.
is harshly.
I'm just saying, like,
It's all good, man. But no.
See, I call you Ty handsome.
Well, I'm glad everybody approves of me going. Because listen, I'm just gonna be honest. For those that didn't know, this was Locks just a week ago. So having to go and take Locks out, and I didn't take any of them out, by the way. I just shout out to my wife for having the patience to sit there and take each one of them things out. And,
he's married.
To get me back to my luxuriousness. And all of that kind of stuff.
Very.
Kev, don't let that stop you from living your dream, Kev.
Shoot or shoot.
I'm saying ethically, you don't know what's going on. It's not always a closed door. Is what I'm saying.
The thing is, I can't even spell ethically. I don't do nothing with ethics. I thought ethics were just easy that white people use.
Every time I give you a little bit,
I'm exactly who you think I am.
I want you to be better.
Listen.
No,
you haven't had the chance, Tiffy, and maybe this will change at some point, but you haven't chilled with Kev in person, and he is a delight. This dude is hilarious. I'm gonna let him cap on himself. But say what you say about his.
Are you gonna be in New York?
I'm making the college attempt. I'm gonna give it the old college try.
Okay, yeah, pull up. We gotta talk about that
in
too.
Person. I'm so nice in person. Vince, aren't I nice in person?
I would say nothing else. Of course, that would you want me to say.
I'm such a fan of you. I'm actually getting excited every time you're mean to me. So maybe don't ever switch that up.
That is true. I think
that's kind of my thing right now.
For free.
Yeah.
For free.
Yeah, between Ty's hair and Tiffy like yelling at me and shit, it's hard to do this podcast in the morning. It's rock hard to do this podcast. Sorry.
Now I have to be nice because if there's one thing I won't do for free, it's make a man happy. It is make a man happy.